What is going on, everybody? Hope you all are well. Today we are taking a first look at Neon Inferno. We are playing on the Nintendo Switch 2. Full disclosure, code for the game was provided by the publisher, but please keep in mind this is not paid content and the publisher has no control of my critical opinion of the game. We are covering this on the 1st of the 12th, 2025. So I believe this came out like 10 days ago. And even though we're covering this on Switch 2, I believe this is just a Switch 1 game that is backward compatible, right, for Switch 2. So if you don't know what this is a run and gun shooter, subgenre of shoot 'em ups, you could say, right? Reason I say this is funny because we covered R-Type Delta the other day and I feel like it's a shmup week on this stream. So yeah, think of, well, I've seen this being compared to games like Contra and games like Sunset Riders. Initially, this kind of reminded me of Sunset Riders, and that's why I really wanted to play it. Sunset Riders being, a SNES game and an arcade game from Konami back from the 90s. Same with Contra. Wait, was Konami Contra? Anyway, running on shooter from the 90s anyway. I would say though, playing it, this isn't like Sunset Riders. This plays very different. This is like very system heavy, but we'll get into that in a second. Another thing we should probably talk about this off the bat is like you can probably see scan lines here, and this is like, okay, let's go into options first and we'll discuss this. So if we just see what's in options, you can invert your axis, launch tutorial on every playthrough. If we go into controller, that's your options here. I've changed the dodge button. It was on, or I have not changed the dodge button. I thought I put it on B. What's going on here? Or A even. What happened there? Yeah, because I think I don't like it on L1. If we go into audio, that's the audio options here. The graphics, let's go into graphics options because that's what's important here. So the reason I wanted to bring this up is so it has a brightness slider, it has gamma, integer scaling. So if I turn it on, so even this is a modern game, but they're designing it like a run and gun shooter from like the SNES era, right? To the point where like I haven't got a press release from them or anything. Like I wonder if like the way they've drawn the pixels, so they wanted to make sure it's still square pixels, whatever, because this is what the integer scaling option would be for, so you don't get shimmer and things like that. It's like real hardcore nerdy. The fact that they have that option here is telling, right? And stretch to 16:9. So if you see, even if I have it off, it's just it's not stretching a little bit of the way. And again, that's you only do this if you really care about, oh, I want square pixels or whatever their aspect ratio of their pixels are. So already this is how it was by default. Vertical sync was on, Gaussian blur was at that level, and the CRT filter, here's what the important option is. So you have scan lines, CRT photosphere, phosphorus, however you pronounce that, and then you have CRT curvature. The more you turn it on, it will change. I wish there was another option here, because even though it's on 0, if you look at the bottom corners and the top corners of the screen, that the CRT curve is always on. So if I turn off the CRT filter here, see how you can see it disappears. So I wish there was like one extra dot there to turn it off. And then you got volumetric lighting. Okay, so the reason I wanted to discuss in the beginning is, so this is the default option. So I'm assuming this is how the devs want you to play this game, right? So, and I love scanlines, so I would like to leave them on. The problem with scanlines is, especially for videos when you upload it to YouTube. So let's say you have a 1080p picture and the scanlines are artificial scanlines, so they're, meant for a 1080p picture. The problem when you upload video to YouTube or any other stream platform is you don't know at what resolution the other people are viewing it as. So if you view this at 720p or 480p, or you view it on a mobile screen, or you are not viewing it in full screen, what happens is if I have scanlines on, the scanlines are not in the correct places, so the picture looks really bad for you. You understand? The only way you can get this to look correct is you have to view it in the native resolution at full screen. This is why I always turn them off when these options are here. But because this was on by default and this is going for a specific type of look, it's like, oh, I feel like it's kind of important to turn them on. So what we might do is I might play a little bit with this, with it on, and then, you know, we add some footage in with it off, so it doesn't, because when you, again, I'm guaranteeing you, when you look at this in YouTube, it's gonna look bad. You're gonna say, why are these lines in the wrong place and everything? That's because of what I just explained. So the scanline options is obviously how, you know, how much scan lines you want or less you want. And this second filter is like how many dots you can see in the line. You know, and the higher you increase the intensity, the more dots you can see in the line, like there, and then you can turn them off totally. And then I already explained what curvature does. So yeah, that's the options you have there. Like, again, the graphics options are great. They're fantastic. Like, remember we covered R-Type Delta the other day, and I was like, it hasn't got enough options. Like, yo, these are options I want to see. But it's just, you know, you can't really, you know, they're awful for when you upload video. So you have two characters you can choose. From the little bit I've played, they both play the same. Maybe the girl has a better jump. I'm not sure. There's a tutorial here. If we quickly go through the tutorial, so I can show you everything that is going on here. Also, let me adjust this volume now. So yeah, you can, the reason I said early on was, even though this might remind you of Sunset Riders, it's not actually Sunset Riders, because on Sunset Riders there was only one plane, right? So you move left and right, and there was, even though you might go into the foreground or the background, you were still only shooting on one plane. And in that game, they force you to go into the foreground and the background. But what's different with this game here is, so you know, you have a shoot, you can shoot everywhere. To shoot into the background, there's a separate shoot button. So if I shoot with the normal button, I shoot here, and then if you want to shoot anything in the background, you hold R. So there's another shoot button to shoot into the background. So yeah, that's what makes it, you know. And I literally played because I haven't played Sunset Riders in a while, so I booted up last night and I was playing it just to make sure I wasn't misremembering this. Anyway, you can move left and right here. This is one of the few games I'm not playing on the Joy-Cons too. I'm actually using a actual proper controller here, because you need the movement options, because this is a easy game, shall we say. So you have a jump button, you have a double jump, double jump. Okay, we got it. Hold down Y to shoot. Yeah, you can shoot like this. You got your, if you hold R2, you can like stay locked in your position. So I'm moving left and right here, but I'm locked in my position. If you hold L2, depending on what angle you're shooting at, that angle, it will lock that angle, but you have to keep that button held down. Does that make sense? Another option is, this is like a very system heavy game. So already, you know, you got two shooting modes, foreground and background. And when you shoot enemies, some enemies on the foreground and the background, they will say that. Another option, you have a melee button here, but there's also a parry, so you can parry bullets. If I go like this, you can parry them back. And if that wasn't, you know, bad enough here, you can there's also bullet time. So it's going to show us bullet time in a second. Hold on. It's just going to show us the shoot in the foreground and background here now. This is me shooting in the background. I can melee these enemies, I can shoot them. You know, you have a dodge, so you can dodge certain moves. So you can't parry everything. Green bullets you can dodge, or parry, sorry. Flashing bullets like that you can. All right, it's gonna get more complex in a second. One other mechanic they've added here, they've got bullet time. Yeah. So basically, when you deflect a bullet that is green, if you hold the deflect button, it goes into bullet time, and then you can adjust where you want the deflected bullets to go. Does that make sense? It gets even worse though. You can, once you're in bullet time, you can also deflect bullets to the foreground or the background. So watch this. Let's show here. Oh, it's not gonna show here. So yeah, once you're in bullet time, if you're still holding Y, which goes into while you're in bullet time, if you press R, then you can shoot those bullets that are in bullet time to the background. Does that make sense? So yeah, so there's, you know, normal shoot background. There's your parry. There's your bullet time, which is 4. So parry is mechanics of, then bullet time 4, and then bullet time into the background 5. And then there's the whole mechanic of what can you parry, what can you not parry, because it gets complex there to say, oh, if you parry certain bullets, they do parried bullets in bullet time do more damage, so you want to do those moves. And then it didn't even tell us anything about the dodge, you know. So that's 7. So this is not a simple run and gun, should we say, right? So there's an arcade mode, or, you know, you can load save a profile, and then you could play it like you know, like through campaign. Basically, arcade mode is just basically 1 life and 1 continue. And then if you do a normal save file here, I'll start a new save file. You just, you know, you have like, I don't know if it's infinite continues, but you have more continues, and every time you complete a level, you get money, and from that money you can upgrade your guns, and there's like a shop as well. So you don't have that mechanic in arcade mode, I think. You know, we go medium difficulty. It tells you like challenge stage design with limited player health, identical to arcade mode except for additions of continues. So our arcade mode is hard, but we go medium. All right, I think we're good now. That's everything. So let's play. Wow. So yeah, you want to be doing the bullet time shots because they do more damage. There's things you can take cover behind. So, like the story seems to indicate is like Yakuza versus NYPD. Sorry, not versus, your versus Yakuza versus and NYPD. Are they both your enemies? I was playing Sunset Riders yesterday, so I remember this, even though it doesn't play like Sunset Riders. The second level in Sunset Riders is the horse level. So, you know, they're definitely trying to borrow from that. A to change lanes. Okay, okay. Oops. Oops. Also, I can't kill civilians. Makes sense. Where are you? Nice Porsche. Alright, so here's where I'm using my lock-on shoot. So sometimes you hold your parry to go into bullet time and it actually doesn't. So I don't know if that's just missed inputs or like certain attacks you can't. Actually, I should show. I've done this boss before, so I know the animations. I should show them so you lot know. The optimal way would be to doing this is these front enemies fire green bullets. So I should. I'm pressing R1 now. See how it goes into the background. I should parry those into the background to do more damage. Here's an example of when enemies go into the background, it will say BG, not the rapper, the background. Oh my God, green. Got me concentrating out here, video game. First time, Kappa. Current balance, invoice amount, final balance, $6.5 grand. So you can go to the shop or you can go to this person who gives you your missions. Let's just go to the shop to show you what it is. I don't think I have anything enough here to buy anything though. Return to item. Change your mind. Oh, return item. You mean? Plasma shield. Look this. Financial right. Flame shot. That's rapid shock. Chase your shot. Getting chased by the pigs, though. I like how they refer to them. It's pretty good if you've got a plasma knife. Flash wave. Obviously, we haven't got enough for anything here. Choose your next mission. Let's just go for the top one. Ask for details. All right, let's go. The optimal way would be to parry that girl's grenade into the background, into that machine. Our music might be a bit loud here, but I think they've done it on purpose, artistically, to give you kind of that Street Rage 2 second club level vibe. If I don't shoot these lot, they help me. Leave anything for us, just bodies. Uh-oh, I didn't realize. Literally all hell breaking loose. Damn it, tried to parry that. And that. Oh my goodness. Okay, gotta learn this guy's patterns. Get wrecked. Oh wait, civilians. Oh no, don't use civilians. Wait, it says don't shoot civilians. What am I meant to do? Oh, melee them? What? What? Okay, so I'm assuming at this point there is no civilian. And again, not letting me parry. Man, the scan lines make this section look really nice. Honda Knot Club is this? All right, at some point I do want to turn off scan lines, like I said, because I'm worried about how it's going to look on the YouTube video. What hit me? What in the world? Checkpoint, skip. Oh, wrong button. Dude, oh, I was facing the wrong way. Like the locking on is helpful here. Locking direction, sorry, should I say. Yeah, right. Uh-oh. Spoke too soon. This guy watched too much RoboCop. Oh no. Oh shit. Alright, the trick was to avoid this. Whew. Wait, so I'm confused though. Didn't I have 6K from before? Maybe I'm dying and like, why is my money not being saved? Can I return? I could have just changed the graphics menu from within the options. Why am I going out to the main menu? Because in R-Type the other day, you had to go into the main menu. So I was thinking. All right, so let's turn off the CRT filter. Let's load back our save file. Oh, and then from here, it lets you go right into the mission select, or if you want to go to the shop. All right, everybody could let me know what they think. Fan lines and photosphere off or on. I taking damage there regardless. Well. Oh my god, bullets everywhere! Whew. Right, this level's making my eyes roll. What do you think? Skyline CRT filter on? Wow. On or off? It was playing on, streaming off. Agreed. Damn it. Wait, what? Oh, there's a rope. There's a rope. What did he fire at me? Wait, what happened? Wait, civilians killed? What civilians? What are you talking about? Oh, I guess I could dodge roll those. Damn it. Oh, there was a civilian thing in the background. No. Die, you piece of... Ooh, okay. What? Are you serious? No way. That is a... There's a 2-stage boss fight and it's not... Okay, fine. Ooh. Screw you. Finally got enough to buy something. Flash wave if you're getting... Can't buy that anyway. Let's do auto aim. To use the item you just bought, press duck and or B toggle at any time within the stage. Another new mechanic. Man down. I think there's 7 levels. All right, so down. What? Down on R? I'm pressing it. What do you mean? Oh, it said press in the right stick. Standard crossover, fast crossover. How'd I go back to my other gun though? I want to waste them bullets. Okay, those guys are annoying. Oh. No shit. Man, the fuzz out here with next level ammunition for what? Civilians? Oh, did I go wrong way? No. Who reckons if I would have touched... Ooh, dogs off. That's all we need. If I would have touched that burning mech, I would have got damage. Place your bitch. Again, what this game is not doing so far is convert like Sunset Riders, Contra. You had like mid-level pickups that gave you better bullets, better guns even. Which I like that mechanic. That was a cool vehicle though, like modern day Batman tank. My gun, remember the one I spent so much money on? Oh, come on. Uh-oh. My immersion, why didn't he fall into the pit of fire? Video game. Wait. Oh. They're in the foreground? Okay, okay. Imagine if he dropped his machine gun, how cool that would be now. RoboCop versus Terminator, shout out that game. I only came to learn him during my adulthood that it was meant to be a hard game, because that shit was hard. I could only play it with the cheats. I was on Bad Hat Video Games, that game was meant to be hard. What a weird crossover for a game. It'd have been cool in movies. Terminator. What that? Nobody doesn't know the reference. You haven't played that game. You're like, what are you talking about? Also, music is allowed. Oh yeah, chat makes a good point. We got that back in MK. It wasn't the same though. I'm talking about more run and gun shooter, you know? Boss fights have been cool. Ouch. Jeez, went straight Super Turricane. Oh, actually, technically Contra as well. I had a boss fight with a fist, right? I think. I was never a Contra fan. I know, shocking. Oh. Well, bet you there's gonna be another phase. Old you. I've no. What the? Budget Samus whipping my ass. Oh, that's new. What? I'm trying to lock that angle. Thank you very much. What is going on with this boss? It's cool though, but wow. Yo. Oh no. Damn it, that was a trash hit. Shit. Shit. Get wrecked, annoying ass. Can I return? Hold on. I thought these were permanent unlocks. Yeah, scan lines would definitely help this level. There's too much going on. Wait, what hit me? And you know what I wish somebody would remaster, but it's never gonna happen? Is my ship stuck? What happened here? Hey, did I clip out or something? What was going on there? Oh, maybe I have to go foreground, background or something? Sorry, what was I saying? Yeah. In the Hunt. Somebody should remaster that. Great game. Arcade version, because the PlayStation version wasn't the best version. It was, I think it was the Metal Slug devs. There's way too much going on here. How are you meant to even see what the... Oh, sneaky guy. Believe it or not, you still gonna burn. Matrix. If anybody's curious. Yo. Game's just gonna be nice about it and say no, continue, start from the beginning. Hold you. Oh man, suck. Like, this part is real easy. Just like I've got the pattern down now. It takes 10 years to get there. Freaking hell, video game. I wonder if you get more credits. We got 2 levels left to see. Wow. Man, there is a lot of bullshit on this level. Wow. I think I'm ready to give some final thoughts on this and even a review because you know, we got like a stage to go and we've completed the game, right? So first of all, good points. I'm liking the art style. I like the graphic option they gave you, and I like the commitment to, you know, pixel art and scan lines and CRT filters. All of that is fantastic. It's great. When we come to gameplay, even though it looks like it's borrowing a lot from Contra and even more, say, Sunset Riders, it doesn't actually play like either one of those games. In the sense, yes, it's a run and gun, but it's like a modern day take on a run and gun, whereas sure is using classic 2D pixel art, but it's got a lot of systems built in. So, you know, you could shoot into the foreground, you could shoot it separately into the background with a separate button. You got a dodge button, you got a parry button. If you hold down your parry button, you got a bullet time button. Then you got a bullet time button that, you know, you can reflect those bullets into the foreground or background. So, and then, you know, unlike like Sunset Riders and Contra, you don't pick up power-ups in the level. There's like a shop mechanic, and then you know, spend your currency in the shop to then use in the level. One thing I was trying to figure out and I couldn't figure out is, like, once you upgrade your weapon, you have limited bullets, and you can't, it seems you can't switch out to your standard weapon if you want to save those bullets. So like maybe that's a mechanic they should have added. Yeah, I think like it would have probably been better if they got rid of the shop mechanic and then added power-ups into the level, like classic run and guns. I reckon the reason they didn't do that is because then the levels would be too easy. That's why they probably didn't make it like that. And yeah, so I would say it's a bit deceptive if you're coming to this thinking, yo, it's Sunset Riders. It's not Sunset Riders. Because again, that shooting into the background and foreground, and a lot of the bosses are based on that. You know, it's not like run and guns are mindless, like, and I don't mean that as a derogatory term, right? Like, sure, you worry about bullet patterns and things like that, but you just shoot. Here it's, you also gotta worry about foreground, background. Do I dodge into the foreground? Do I dodge into the background? Because later on you actually go into the foreground yourself. There's a button to go foreground, background, you know, parry, and there's just a lot going on. And then later on, I think some of the boss fights are just way too long, and then the continued checkpoints, sure, we could have gone on an easier level, but playing at the default, I wanted to play at the default difficulty to see what that felt like, right? Yeah, later on, like the checkpoints between bosses are just too long, and then the bosses ain't hard. It's just that, oh, you know, you got like 5 hits, and then you have to do 2 or 3 bosses with those 5 hits, right? And if you die, you restart and you go to the first boss, which is then gonna take you about 5 minutes to kill. So that whole process is just unnecessarily long and padded out. And again, it feels like they did that on purpose, just to lengthen out the game. So I think it's not bad. It's like, again, if they was gonna do a run and gun, they probably thought, okay, we needed to add all these mechanics into a modern day run and gun just to, you know, make it not seem as simple. But that's like half of the charm and fun of run and guns, right? So yeah, I to be honest, I don't think I was feeling the gameplay as much as I was the graphics. It is nice. There's a twist on the run and gun. Because again, if I guess if they would have made it like that simple, you could have just, there's 7 levels, right? You could have got through it rather quickly. But you know, as an interesting twist on it, and then again, we don't get a lot of run and guns. It's pretty cool to see. So yeah, there you have it. Shorter video will go up on YouTube. Live streams will be up on Twitch and YouTube under our live stream tabs. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. You looking forward to this? Have you played it? I think there might have been a demo. I'm not sure. Maybe that was only on PC. I think this is out on everything, right? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, follow and subscribe depending on the platforms you're watching. Turn those notification bells on so you do know when new videos drop. Or not. I think I'm gonna call it this one. Thanks for tuning in. Much love. Peace.